Hello and welcome. I'm back in my office today, although I kind of have my festival clothes on. It's a quick turnaround day today, going from work to play for J-Rad tonight at the Frost Theater. So hello and good morning. Welcome. Let me know where you're joining from. I'm glad that you're here live. I have my happy sloth with me back here, which, everybody comments on how much they love the happy sloth because I think of the colors, but my happy sloth is kind of unconsciously Seattle. Awesome. Welcome. The sloth is a reminder to slow down, but this is a very happy sloth. This is not a sluggish, lazy sloth. He or she, they are very, very happy in the way that they are doing things, which is going against the norm, which is to be productive, to go, go, go. So I love my happy sloth as a reminder. I use them as my backdrop when I work with patients and clients. And here they are today as I talk about Blissful Everyday, the 8-week Mastermind, do less and enjoy more. So if you're joining live and you have any specific questions, I am happy to answer them. Go ahead and drop them in the comment or just let me know what brought you here today and what you'd most like to receive. I do nothing and leave nothing undone. Awesome. I love how you have seemed to perfected that. If you have any advice to give to others on that, then the Tao Te Ching. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you. Awesome. Well, welcome. If you have any questions that come up as I'm speaking, then feel free to pop them in the chat. And otherwise, I'm just going to kind of go through. I want to keep this nice and focused so that people can watch back on that. Absolutely, less is more. And less is more in a way when we are aligned with our values, we can move forward in direct energy. We aren't scattered thinking, oh my gosh, I have to do this. I have to be this person. I have to take on this for everybody else. It's like, okay, how can I be in alignment with who I am meant to be and let all the other stuff fall away so that I can move forward in a direct and easy way. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing in Blissful Everyday. Blissful Everyday is designed, saying no is powerful, absolutely. And it doesn't come naturally, especially for the people that I work with, which typically are women or helpers who are used to saying yes to everything and being everything to everyone else. Absolutely. Be guarded with your time is so important. And being guarded with one's time really means being in alignment with those values, right? So that we can say yes to what is in alignment with us and we can say no to everything else, and we can be able to feel good in that saying no because we know that we're doing it in service to ourselves and in service to how we are able to show up in the best way for everybody else. Yeah. We love to please others, absolutely. But how can we do that in a way that's actually in service to others, right? Because what I find with so many people that I work with is that when they say yes to everything, they often end up feeling resentful or not being present in what they're doing because they're constantly thinking of, where do I need to be next? What else do I have to do? Or, oh gosh, I really don't want to be doing this, but I said yes, so I didn't upset the person. And that's not what anybody wants to receive, right? The other person that you're helping or that you're doing whatever it is that you said yes for, they're going to feel that and they're going to know that you're not present, that you don't actually want to be there. And you're going to be, yeah, thank you. You're going to be, feeling animosity towards them. Your energy is going to continue to go down and go down and go down until eventually you're just completely depleted. And that's often where I end up seeing people who have ended up either in a chronic illness or an injury that takes them out because they don't have anything else to give and their body says, we have to stop doing this. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad that you're here live. If you have any questions about Blissful Everyday, go ahead and and drop them in the comments below. So Blissful Everyday was designed for the woman who is juggling all of life's demands and is tired of the toll that it's taking on her mental and emotional health and physical health, because it's all related. If you are not a woman, that is totally fine. I work with everybody. It's just, in essence, that's who I had in mind when I designed this. So what one can expect when they finish this Blissful Everyday Mastermind, which is 8 weeks, is that you'll have a clear vision of your values, as I just mentioned, is so important, that keeps your energy focused, which will actually save you time, approximately 2 hours a day, with a clear roadmap for taking time for yourself daily as you move forward. So we just talked about the saying no, which does not come easily to many people, especially the people that I tend to work with. But how can we do that with loving kindness and boundaries, but also really taking time for ourselves and honoring our own energy, knowing that as we do that, we're just going to be able to give to everyone else so much more. Can also expect to feel good on a regular basis, really taking time. When we take time for ourselves to fill ourselves up with what is valuable and important to us, then we charge our energy every single day. We are not the Energizer Bunny. We are not given limitless energy. We have a limit to the amount of energy that we have, and there are things that will drain our energy, and there are things that recharge our energy. And I really love helping people identify what it is that is draining their energy in their everyday life and what it is that can recharge their energy in their everyday life. Being able to be really clear on that, then we can make those really focused and conscious decisions that are going to continue to increase our energy. And again, when one is living in one's values, our energy we are supported in being in alignment and also filling that energy from source, from our own selves. We don't feel scattered. We are just continuing to move forward with focus. So that's what you can also expect. That brings about natural vibrancy, which is just going to fuel your passion, your work, being with your family, and also, of course, being with yourself. You will also be able to feel confident in continuing to live this out. So why is all of this important? Well, as I mentioned, your mental health, your emotional health, and your physical health is all related. So as you are able to really be clear on what your values are, to really understand what you need to do to continue to fill your cup on a regular basis, and also what it is that's draining yourself on a regular basis, feeling supported to start to say no to those opportunities, to those demands. And I'm going to get to this in a minute, but that is the beauty of doing this in a group, because most of us know that that's important, but we don't actually live that out in our everyday lives because we are not supported in doing that. We look around at all of the people who need us and we think that we have to be there for them. But when you're in a group of people that are really choosing to do things differently, are choosing to say no, are choosing to prioritize themselves, then you will have the confidence to be able to continue to do that in your life, supported by other people. And as you start to do it, and as you receive the experience of the benefits that it creates, you will continue to have the confidence to do it over and over and over and over again. You will also have the opportunity to give to everyone else and things that you feel to be valuable in the way that you want to, right? So we all know that we can't give from an empty cup. There is nothing to give. If you are bone dry, you can't give anything to anybody else. And I know that that is important to you. So as you fill your cup to the point where it is overflowing, then you will be able to give to the things that you know are going to be important. Not to give to everything and everybody, because you will begin to understand that that's not how you keep your cup full, but actually be able to give to the things that are important to you in a way that you really, really want to, showing up in the way that you want to be the love and light in this world that you are here to be. You will also save time for yourself. You know, one of the objections that I hear from so many people in doing things like this for themselves is, well, I don't know if I have time for this. Well, actually, do you have time to not do it? Because as you really get clear and focused, you will be able to save yourself time. And you will also begin to learn that time is malleable and that you have the ability to be able to work with time as you are in alignment with what is important and aligned with you. So let's see, go to a quiet place, get clear on what you want, write it down. Sounds powerful. I've never done group work before. I love group work. I have led groups for the last 5 years, and it has been extremely powerful. I myself have been in groups. It can get uncomfortable sometimes if it's a therapeutic group because stuff does come up, but that's the opportunity that we have to be able to grow and to transcend these things that wouldn't come up if we were just doing this stuff on our own. In addition, being in a group of people is extremely powerful because we get to see other people walking their paths right beside us and know that we are not alone in the stuff that comes up for us. When we do our work by ourselves on our own, things come up and we think that it's just us that's going through those struggles or those challenges or have those thoughts in our head. When we're around other people and we see, oh wow, this is actually normal, these are things that I can expect to come up, then we know that there's nothing wrong with us, that it's okay, and it can be so powerful to transcend. I'm gonna get I made a point in that, I can't remember exactly what it was, but I'm gonna go to my notes because I kind of channeled some stuff that I wanted to say about this. A supportive environment, exactly. And that's the thing, you know, because what I'm talking about helping people experience in this Blissful Everyday Mastermind is really contrary to the way that people live their lives, right? Do less and enjoy more. That's not how most people are living. So when we are going against the grain of what we see in society and everybody else, it is so imperative to have support around us. I made a couple of posts about this recently about the number one reason that positive change doesn't last is because people do not have the support to keep it going. Because it doesn't matter how much we change inside of ourselves, if we are not supported in that change by our environment, meaning the people that we are around the most, it's likely that it will not last because nothing else around us is actually changing, and most people do not have the ability to continue to assert themselves in an environment that is not supportive to the changes that they are making. So that's why I find it so important to have people around you that are walking their path with you, led by a mentor who is embodying the result that you desire to have, because then you can see that there is somebody who has walked this path and has made it to the point that I want to be, and you can receive guidance from them, you can receive inspiration from them, and you can know that it is possible, right? So everything that I am teaching in Blissful Everyday is how I live my life every single day. We have to choose our friends and social support systems wisely. Absolutely. In that post, one of my sentences was choose wisely, right? Because our community that we surround ourselves with is going to influence our behaviors, our actions, and our thoughts more than anything else. A professional is better than friends for growth. Yeah. They can both be growth, but absolutely we need professional support, right? Because friends, our peers, they're at the same point that we are. But when we're reaching for something beyond that, we need to be with somebody who has already achieved that and knows how to take us through it. Otherwise, it's like the blind leading the blind, right? Nobody's going to get anywhere fast. You might find your way, but you're going to stumble upon it. It's not that you're actually moving moving forward with a clear direction. That's why, things can move so quickly when you put all of these elements together. So my promise to you with this Blissful Everyday Mastermind is that this is not another cookie cutter program. There are no exact steps for finding bliss. And I would say bliss is not just one singular emotion, but a cacophony of emotions, whether it is on the more relaxing side of feeling peaceful, of feeling grateful, of feeling relaxed, or on the more activating side of feeling pleasure, of feeling joy, of feeling inspired. Both of those are bliss in my opinion. And my job as the leader and the mentor of this group is to help you tap into what is your desired experience of bliss and how can you tap into that every single day. Because what I see happening in our society is that we feel like we have to wait to experience that bliss. We have to wait for the weekend. We have to wait for the vacation. We have to wait for the party or whatever it is. Then we can tap into that bliss. And most people actually need substances to be able to dissolve all of the layers, to be able to relax into the opportunity to experience that bliss. But that's the roller coaster, right? This is the up and down that does not create this balanced health, this balanced vibrancy that I really, really want to help people connect with. This is where it's like the push and then we have to retreat, and then the push and then we have to retreat. I want to get people off of that roller coaster and learn how to be able to tap in to those energetic sources, that bliss, that feeling good every day on a consistent basis, because that is when you are actually going to experience that balance and that natural vibrancy that is going to continue to fuel your health, your mental health, your emotional health, and your physical health. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm here every Friday at 11 a.m. My other promise to you is that you won't have to purchase any fancy equipment, any supplements that you need to keep taking to feel good. I'm not taking any supplements right now. I'm going to do a post about this too. There was a long time. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with them. I'm just saying that I think a lot of people feel like you have to rely on all of these things outside of yourself to experience health. And I don't think that that is actually true. And I am a living example of that. I have extremely high mental, emotional, and physical health. And I don't have a handful of pills that I take every day to get myself there. I actually use my emotional capacity to be able to fuel my health, because with every emotion there is a chemical reaction, and we have this whole internal pharmacy that we have access to in our brains and in our bodies that we can tap into, but we actually have to know how to be able to tap into that so that we can release that into our bodies. Everything we need, we already have. That is absolutely true. I fully believe that. And I believe that we just need a guide to be able to help us to tap into that. My other promise to you is you do not have to be perfect. This isn't about being perfect. It's about finding what is right for you. Also, you don't have to fake your feelings. This blissful everyday is not to say that every day has to be amazing and every day you have to be positive. It's actually about creating that positivity as your baseline, right? We all want to feel good. That's really the goal of health. That is the goal of life, right? To feel good, to feel fulfilled. I want that to be your baseline. But the reality is, as a fully vibrant, charged up, lit up human being, you have access to all emotions. And the other reality is, if we think of emotions on a continuum, with the more depleting emotions over here of sadness, of despair, of grief, of regret, of all of the things that, we most people don't feel comfortable feeling. And then over here, we have the joy, we have the bliss, we have the pleasure, we have all of that. When you really are able to feel into these renewing emotions, you also have access to all of the ones on this side, because that's how our emotional spectrum works. We can't just hang out on one side and get to choose just to be over here. And the reality is as we push the barrier of this so that we feel so good all the time, we also have access to really feeling the lows of the lows. So as we increase our ability to feel the highs of the highs, we also increase our ability to feel the lows of the lows. But the thing is that as we feel these highs of highs, it creates emotional resilience so that when we are down here in the lows of the lows, because if we are going through grief, that is perfectly normal. That's a normal process if we experience a great loss in our life. But that means that we're going to be able to process this so much quicker so that we can then return to this side. So I really want to be clear in that Blissful Everyday is not about just hanging out over here, because that's not ever going to happen for anybody. That's just not how life works. But we want to be able to flow between appropriately and be able to land back over here, because that's what's going to continue to keep that emotional, mental, and physical health high. All right, I have some frequently asked questions that I have written down that I'm going to go through. So why a mastermind? A mastermind really has three main elements. Okay, so it is a group of like-minded people that are all coming together that can activate, inspire, and support each other in a common goal. For us, our common goal is to be feeling good on a consistent basis. It is high touch with a mentor, which means that you have access to me as the mentor on a regular basis. This is not just a program that you go through on your own and you can't ever ask me any questions. This is not just therapy that you see somebody once a week. You will actually have weekly calls with me, as well as 4 days a week that you can message me directly, either voice message or text message me directly within the group where other people are also there. They can do the same, and you can receive support from the group members as well. So that means you get more of my energy focused on you, helping you to achieve your goals. Thank you very much. I appreciate your acknowledgement of me being a star. You are a star as well. A mastermind is also intimate. I'm capping this at 8 people, so it's going to be 8 or less people. You're not going to get lost in a whole group of people. It's a very intimate, and it could be even less than 8 people, which means there's a lot of focused attention on you really getting clear on your values and walking this out in your everyday life. This gives you personalized attention so that you get results fast, because that's what we all want, right? We want results fast, and that's what this mastermind is designed to help to give you. Can't I do this on my own? This is often a question that people will say. I've talked a little bit about the importance of being in a group work. I'll also say, likely you have tried to do this on your own and it hasn't worked before, right? We keep trying to do the same thing over and over and over again. That's the definition of insanity, right? We try to do it over and over and over again. We just see the same results. We keep saying that we want something, we're trying the same way, but we're not actually getting the results that we want. So if we actually want to get the results that we say that we want, which is being able to feel good on a consistent basis, we have to actually try something a little bit different. This 8-week mastermind is designed to give you the kickstart that you need to live a blissful everyday life. My promise to you is that you will have everything that you need to be able to continue this on your own, because this is also my promise to you, is that I do not work in a way where I want people to continue to need me forever. I want to be able to empower you with what you need, the concepts, the tools, the healing that you need to be able to then take it out on your own so that you don't need me. You might need to tap back in, with some support every once in a while, because we all go through things, but I really want you to feel confident that you can do this on your own after this 8 weeks. So it's an 8-week deep dive so that then you can springboard into living this in your everyday life, and you will have everything you need to feel confident in doing that. Why a group? So Again, we heal through being in relationship with other people. I want you to just kind of take your awareness back to the most healing times of your life and ask yourself, was that in relationship with another person? Because I bet the answer will be yes. We heal in relation to other. So in a group that is created with safety and support, which is my number one goal. I am a trained therapist. I work as a therapist in my day job. I know how to create safety and support in a group atmosphere. I do that very well. And I know the depth of healing and of progress that can happen when that is set up. So that's what I plan on doing. You also realize that you're not alone in your challenges, as I mentioned before, and all of that can be a catalyst for exponential growth, which is what I desire at least, and I bet that you do too. The next question is, how much time do I need to devote to this? So the amount of energy that you put in it's less about the amount of energy that you put in and more about your consistency in bringing your focus and attention to this on a regular basis, because that is what creates sustained change in your mind and in your body. So even if you are able to give 15 focused minutes a day to really tapping into your values, which I'm going to give you a whole values assessment, so you don't need to worry about that and figuring that out on your own. I will help you to do that. If you can give yourself 15 minutes of focused attention a day, you will begin to see results. So it's not about, I need to take 2 hours a day to do this, but then I only have that twice a week, so then I can only tap in twice a week. No, it's like whatever you can give yourself on an everyday, regular basis. And the beauty of being in masterminds, which at this point, I signed up for my first mastermind at the end of last year. I've now been in a handful. I'm actually in 2 right now. I love masterminds, and I have experienced so much growth from them because it's like you can tap in whenever you want to. It's like if I'm driving, I can listen to questions that other people are leaving. I can listen to the response that the mentor is giving. I can watch whenever I want to, and I can really be able to take it in myself and just have it be kind of like the backdrop of my life. I mentioned before that we are really doing something that is going against the grain of society. The more that you can remain connected to that, even if it's while you're doing chores, or I love to listen to things when I'm in the hot tub, like when you're doing other things, if you can just continue to have that kind of like mindset and be surrounded by those thinkings and other people who are really aligned with the same, somewhat values of yours. Not everybody's is going to be the same, but you're all looking for, I really want to create consistent health in my life. I really want to continue to start to prioritize and continue to prioritize my health and well-being. When you are surrounded by that, that is how you will live your life. So it can just be the backdrop by which you lead your day, whether that's an hour a day, 15 minutes a day, whatever it is. It's more about the consistency than it is about the amount of time. What if I have days where I struggle to feel good? So this, again, is just kind of pointing to that it's not about just being super positive. It's more about allowing yourself your feelings, really cultivating a kind and compassionate voice with yourself, because nobody needs to kick themselves when they're already down, although we do it all the freaking time. You need to be able to learn how to be kind and compassionate with yourself, which, yes, I love that. That's why I love those guys so much, because they emanate that love and that light, that kindness and that kindness and that compassion. It's like, yeah. So loving. Totally agree with that. Crank that ALO music up. When you can, when you can be kind and compassionate with yourself, even in days when you're not feeling good, that is just going to remind yourself that you're human, and that's okay, right? That way you don't clamp down, you don't close down, you don't feel bad about yourself, you don't go into that shame spiral. You just know that, oh, I'm having a hard day today, and that's okay because I'm human. And what can I do to help support myself in that? I have some specific ways that I love to help people tap into this, and that's going to be included in the resources that you will receive for this program. Do I offer a private option like this? I really do recommend doing this in a group atmosphere, but if you would really prefer to do this on an individual basis on a private option, I am happy to talk to you about that. So what is included? You will have a weekly syllabus so that you have a clear direction and know exactly what to do next. That will include some resources that I will give to you that are just super clear and easy in being able to create these loving boundaries with people and being able to allow yourself to feel your emotions and being able to really live out this blissful everyday lifestyle, because this is a lifestyle that you will be creating. You will also receive one-to-one coaching within a group coaching call. So there will be live calls each week that everybody who's part of the mastermind will have access to show up there, but I will do hot seat coaching with people individually as needed. If you don't have something that you need to bring to the call, that's fine. You can just watch other people asking questions, and I always find that people benefit from it, even if it's not you that is asking for it. I also mentioned the voice-to-voice and text access to me, which you'll have 4 days a week. That just means that you'll have the guidance when you need, you'll never feel lost, and you'll be supported when challenges come up. You'll also have the community support so that you don't have to feel like you are doing this alone, which so many people do. So we start on the week of October 22nd. I think I'm going to do a really special kickoff on that Sunday, and then we'll have our first live call on Wednesday. The price right now is in pre-sale. It is $14.44 or 2 payments of, I think it is, I don't remember what it is. Anyway, we can break that up into 2 payments, which is approximately half of that, a little bit more. And if you are interested in that, the pre-sale does end next Thursday, which is the 19th. So pre-sale will be on through Thursday. If you'd like to ask me more questions about this, I'm happy to chat with you individually to see if this is a good fit. If you know anybody that you think that this could be a good fit for, I really encourage you and invite you to send this live to them, or just shoot them a text or message somehow and say, hey, Dr. Leah Taylor is really talking about some really cool things. I think that this offer that she has could really help you. And if you have any other questions, feel free to send me a direct message. So it was so great to be here live with you. Thank you so much for joining. Hi, Katie. I didn't even notice that you joined. Have a beautiful rest of your day. I am wishing you a blissful day today, whatever that might look like for you. And I look forward to chatting with you soon. I'll be back here next Friday at 11 a.m. for the next live. So take care. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thanks so much for joining live, and spread the word. Hope to see you back next week. Bye.